Today I'm going to talk to you about traditional versus accelerated nursing programs because both of those are out there. If you're looking for a BSN program, if you read my blog a while back, I went over the differences between all different kinds of nursing programs, the certificate programs, the associate programs, the bachelor, and the accelerated programs, but I want to tell you about why I chose what I chose. On my blog, I talk about how traditional nursing programs are 4 years for Bachelor of Science in Nursing, and this program is great for someone with no degree or someone with an associate's degree looking to take that further. So I thought about taking this route and actually applied twice. So if you saw one of my previous blogs, you'll know that the first time they were going to send me to a satellite program in a city 2.5 hours away. And so I sent in the form thinking that I was going to be put on the waiting list, but they never replied back to me, and later I found out that they were actually expecting me to show up. So I assumed that I didn't get in. No one ever called me or wrote me a letter. And you kind of heard a little bit about my application process, so you heard that I never heard from them about anything, so that wasn't new. It was actually right up there with what they had done all along. So I did apply to that program a second time, but the second time I applied as my alternate. My first school was the school I graduated from with my bachelor's degree, and I applied there for the accelerated second degree program. And I chose to do that because I already have a degree. It is fast-paced, but I'll graduate a year sooner, which is a big deal in terms of making money. I'm going to get out there a year earlier, which is a good thing. So that was part of the reason that we chose that. There's a big difference in price. You're looking at about, actually there's like a $30,000 difference in price, because the accelerated program that I chose was at a private school. So there are scholarships and things like that available, and I'm actually going to do a post about what we did for funding for my accelerated program. And I'm just going to talk a little bit about my accelerated program that I chose. It is 3 semesters. Sometimes they vary between 12 and 18 months, and mine is 12 months. And it's a summer, fall, spring. So I'll graduate next spring. And if I were doing the traditional program, it would be spring, fall, spring, fall. So I wouldn't graduate until December of 2017. And that's a difference. So I don't know if I talked to you guys about what the first school that I chose was like, but it's a bigger school. It's where I took my patho and my pharm classes, so class sizes are huge. Typically you're looking at anywhere between 50, 75, 80 people in a nursing class, which is a lot. And of course they're split up, but my class that I chose for the accelerated program, there are 25 of us, and I just love the school. There's a reason why I wanted to stay there. So the classes tend to be tighter. You know people. You talk to people from your class outside of school. The teachers give you their cell phone numbers, text message. They text you if you need something. They prefer that you call them than to get it wrong on a test or think you're going to get it wrong on a test. And in my particular class, I'm the only one that went to school there, that graduated from there with the first degree. So some of the things that are required for the rest of the class for their degree, I'm not going to be required to do because I completed that previously. So that was another bonus. So if I had done that program in a different school, the accelerated program in a different school, I would have had to do completely different requirements with the rest of the class. So this way I actually don't have to pay as much tuition as everyone else because I already have those classes. So that's why I chose the accelerated program. Now I did actually consider an ADN program, but with where I'm wanting to end up, I knew I wanted to get a bachelor's degree. So and because I was considering an ADN program, I took the PACS-RN test and did great on that, but they didn't require that for a bachelor's degree at any of the places that I applied for. But it looked really good. So that's basically why I chose what I chose. It really came down to getting out of school earlier. So what you're going to see is a year in the life of an accelerated nursing student.